Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Dark Souls 2. So last time, we basically got nothing done except for farming up our sweet-ass new staff, buying some new hexes, just some general maintenance that needed to be done to, you know, progress us through the game. I guess we should... no, she's not going to spawn anywhere. I was going to say we should go up there again to kill the witch before she beats the shit out of us, but advantage to having had to despawn her to get our fucking staff. She's not there to shoot at me anymore, so I don't have to worry about that. There's an item over here, and we're probably going to have to spawn a dude to get it, but I don't have too much of a problem with that. So I'm just going to sneak by here, grab whatever this is. Bracing Knuckle Ring +2 is a useful ring that's going to substantially decrease the amount of damage our equipment takes. So if we're in a place again like the Brightstone Cove, Seldora, or whatever, or we think that our equipment is in danger, we can just use that. Oh, we're going to be invaded by Nameless Usurper, so I'm going to use Resonant Weapon to totally fuck this dude's day up. Also because I want to show it off. As you can see, that took 2,000 souls away from me. But now, we're doing kind of ridiculous damage for such a quick swinging weapon. The Falchion, by the way, is incredibly good with buffs. And now that we've done that, I guess I should run forward and try to kill the next enemies as well. So that we can take full advantage of this buff and not blow those 2,000 souls on nothing. I'll kill this ghost, and these... Oh, there's another ghost. No, just lock on to the ghost. Oh my god, the lock-on system took so long. Fuck, now these guys are angry at me. Thanks a lot, ghost. Anyway, we might actually need to kill these guys from a range now that I think about it, because this could be a little dangerous. These guys use shields in a dual-wielding stance, which is pretty sweet. I actually kind of want to try that. I think players can do that, just dual-wield great shields and use them as weapons, like power stance them, which is pretty sweet. But I've never done it. Let's see if this guy keeps going. Nah. We'd actually get some good damage done through the shields here because of our Resonant Weapon buff, though it's gone, so now... we can go to Resonant Soul and finish them off this way because that's a lot safer. There we go. Oh, hi. I couldn't see that guy. He was like through the corpse. I was like, why am I still locked onto this dead shield, man? Anyway, that is taking... oh, it's only 100 per cast. I thought it was 200. That is cheap as hell and really effective. Look at how much damage that does. That's crazy. Hexes are really fucking good, man. Anyway, we're going to come over here and open up an illusory wall, now that all of that is taken care of. Here it is. And get one of the cheesiest weapons in the entire game. There's a type of scaling called Mundane that scales with your lowest stat, and it kind of adds like flat damage in a way that makes it super OP with fast-firing weapons. And so what people will do is take this Avalon in here, which is... super overpowered. It's a crossbow that fires 3 bolts at once, and then they'll give it mundane scaling so that every single bolt gets absurd damage and also pretty great poise damage, so you'll stagger somebody and probably stun lock them and then just shoot them again with the Avalon that you're holding in your other hand, so you don't have to reload the first one. What does this say? Misfortune skeleton. Poor skeleton. That's one of the weirdest memes in Dark Souls 2. People will just post like inspirational skeleton messages, basically. What we got here? Well, you need to get out of here pretty quickly because a dude is going to ring a bell and all of these statues are going to turn into angry men. Here we go. I think this is the exit. I always get lost in there and forget which way to go, but there's the bell. Yeah, if we had still been around for that bell, we could have been in some serious trouble, because we would have suddenly been surrounded by very powerful enemies. But instead we're going to come back here, and you guys might recognize this as exactly where we started. Now we've opened up a shortcut to the boss, and I'm not going to go back into that bell area. If I was a miracle user, there's a Great Lightning Spear in there that you have to use a Pharaoh's Lockstone to get to. And it's kind of better to be cautious and take out all of the... like stuff around there as well first. Like break all the statues so you aren't just surrounded by powerful enemies when you do it. But anyway, we're going to skip that area because there's really nothing of use in there, unless again you need that Great Lightning Spear, because having an extra cast of that is really good. Hey, there's our Dark Knight Stone. shit, we're gonna go and infuse our Black Witch's Staff right now with that, and that will make us do some major extra damage with our hexes. Because it just, if you infuse a catalyst, it works a little differently than a weapon. It doesn't change the scaling at all. Well, I guess it kind of does, but what it will do when we infuse it with dark is take away from the lightning scaling of this staff and put it over to dark, and also probably take away from the magic scaling. Oh, does it have lightning scaling? I mean, it kind of has to because it casts miracles, doesn't it? We'll look at what it does to the stats actually, because I'm not totally clear on it. I just know it takes away from the existing elemental effects and gives it more dark, which is exactly what we want because we're not using anything but dark. So if we go over here, it's gonna, yeah, take away from the magic, fire, and lightning scaling just a little bit and give it all to dark. Go up 43 points in dark for 15 in each of the others. So super worthwhile since we're not using magic, fire, or lightning with that staff. So now we'll head back to the undead ditch here and move on to the boss, basically. We are pretty much done with this area. We just need to get through the like pre-boss gauntlet that it sets up for us. One of the more, I'm not going to say challenging, but one of the more extensive like pre-boss battles in the game. Just a whole shitload of Cyan Knights, and also, if you don't know about the trick with the bell, then it'd be a lot worse. You got to come down here and kill this guy, otherwise he rings that bell, and this area becomes full of those fucking like robed dudes, which is really not good. So anyway, we're gonna try to take these guys out one at a time. Shouldn't be too difficult. We should probably dark orb him. That seems like a good call. He's blocking. Don't block. Stop blocking. Nope. Alright. Let's see here. God damn it, dogs. As always, just start recording, dogs go crazy. I don't know, probably some squirrel running around outside or something, and they're all like telling each other about it. It's like, shit guys, I saw a squirrel. Oh my god. Gotta bark about it. How was that not a backstab? I did the backstab animation. I could have at least fucking hit him if it didn't like force me to do the backstab animation and then not backstab, but whatever. We'll kill this guy. We could probably finish him off with the Falchion here while he gets up. Yep. And then do the same over here. I think we have to fight all three of these guys at once, but it might just be two of them. Let's see. Oh no, it's just one of them at first. Excellent. And then we'll have to fight the other two at the same time because they have the identical aggro range. Ah man, stop using your shield. Hey, stop it. Go. Now we gotta kill both of these guys at once. So I need you to let your shield down, sir. That's pretty good. Thank you. Go, there's that guy dead, and then this guy will just finish off with the falchion. Excellent. And then these two guys at the same time as well, and then we'll be all done. These guys are really, they have some weird aggro range. Like, they refuse to leave this fog wall. You can't just bait them away from the fog wall so you can leave without killing all this shit. But they'll, like, you can trick them into attacking their way out, and then they're like, oh shit, I should head back to the fog wall, and the other one will just stay back there. So you can effectively take these guys out one at a time, even though they do aggro at the same time. Let's wait for this guy to get back up. Tear them apart. Excellent. Now just one more. Let's see, did I attune Great Resonant Soul? I don't think I did, which is probably the right call because Resonant Soul is actually pretty great and much more cost efficient and attunement efficient than the normal Resonant Soul. Or, wait, than the Great Resonant Soul. Sorry, I got mixed up about what spell I was talking about there. Let's go ahead and heal up to full before we head in here and equip Resonant Soul. And I think that's, again, going to be better than trying to use Resonant Weapon to get close to this guy, because he can be a little bit dangerous if you fuck up and get hit by him. This guy was actually like the hardest boss for me when I was doing my dual Saestus run, because you can't hit him from behind with the dual Saestuses. He bends his knees in this weird way where the Saestus just totally misses him, so you have to hit him from the front. It's really frustrating. But anyway, this guy is, he's not so bad. He's big and slow. He's got a big hammer. It does a shitload of damage if you let it hit you, but just don't let it hit you, basically. Well, that didn't work out for me at all. I thought I had time to cast a spell and then heal, but obviously that was not the case. I'm just gonna try to bait out an attack here and then heal up. Because the worst thing you can do at this fight is just leave yourself within one-shot range. I'm going to be avoiding that as much as possible. Yeah, that's a pretty long cast time, actually, on Resonant Soul. That's something I'll have to get used to. I never used much Resonant Soul in my last Hexer playthrough, because I was an idiot, basically. I'm in one-shot range. I should not be doing that. Let's just go ahead and heal up now. We should be good, yep. Another benefit of adaptability that we've been leveling is faster Estus use, which is a pretty big deal because, it's the difference between being able to roll before you get attacked and not. Alright, he's going to start buffing himself, and this actually reduces the damage he takes, so I should stop wasting resources on that. Oh wait, actually maybe it just gives him more defense in general. Probably more defense against Dark would make sense, because it does seem to be... Oh, I thought the pillar would block that. That was not true. Alright, anyway. Let's go ahead and dodge that, heal up. Go ahead and just hit me with your hammer again, see what happens. Oh! I did not realize another attack was coming there. Tried to have my shield up, but I had just used all my stamina, so it didn't work out. Uh-oh! Okay, thank God. He's doing another Hex. I'm not sure how to dodge this, honestly, because they seem to home a little bit. Anyway, we can hit him while he's running at us. Oh shit, I used all my stamina. That's not good, but we're fine. Let's give him the old dodge. This guy's pretty easy to dodge roll, all things considered. There we go, he is dead. Success, we used a bunch of souls on that. Well, I guess not a bunch. Like, what is the max we can use? We've got 21 Resonant Soul casts, and they cost 100 each. That's only 2,000 souls since you rested at the bonfire, so super cheap and affordable. There's King Vendrick, by the way. We'll pick up the King's Ring from that little pile, and he's just hanging out. We can, if we want to, fight him by attacking him a bunch, but it would be a horrible idea right now because he takes... he has more damage reduction the less giant souls you have, up to 5. So, like, and everyone halves this damage. So I think we have one giant soul right now. So he's having his damage 4 times, so it would be half to a quarter to an eighth to a 16th. He's taking a 16th of normal damage, so it would take a while to kill him right now.
This ring is the symbol of the king. Use it to gain passage through the king's gate and venture to the far east. Bearer of the curse, if you are to be the next monarch, then one day you will walk those grounds without really knowing why.
I don't like the sound of that. Anyway, now we'll take off. Actually, we'll just go ahead and utilize a homeward boner here, because it's a bit of a walk to the bonfire and no real reason to do it. This is one of the only places in the game where you don't kill a boss and end up with an immediate bonfire, and that's because King Vendrick is another boss, so you wouldn't want, or they wouldn't want you to be able to just spawn right next to him every single time. That would be a little cheap. So anyway, we're gonna head back to Majula and spend some of these souls. Level up. Oh, actually, hang on. Chloanne probably sells Titanite chunks right now. And how many do we have, and how many do we need? Titanite chunks. We have 1, we need 3, I think, to get it to plus 9. And then a slab to get it to plus 10. So I'm going to buy 2 more Titanite chunks, and now, of course, she sells the Dark Knight Stone right when we don't need it anymore.
Visit me again.
Yeah, she's got a number of things to sell now, mostly just different kinds of Titanite. In fact, entirely different kinds of Titanite. We're going to reinforce the Royal Kite Shield a little bit. Well, by a little bit, I mean all the way to +10, because that will give us maximum stability and everything. And we might as well do a little bit of buffing of the Jester's robes, at least as far as Titanite shards will get us. Because we've got all this money. So we'll get, let's buy like 10 of these and see how far that gets us. I know we'll need more than 10. Reinforce armor. Let's get that up, get that up, and then get this up and that up, and this up one more time. And then how many more do we need? Titanite shard. This is 5 plus 3 is 8. Plus 5 is 13 more. Yeah, you know what? Let's just upgrade all of our Jester's stuff to... Oh shit, what did I say? 13 more? Hope so. Let's buy 13 more. We'll get it up to where we would need large Titanite shards, and then later on we'll buy some large Titanite and get it up further. Reinforce. Excellent. Alright. I bought the right number, so that will give us a little bit more damage reduction for, you know, fairly cheap. No reason not to do it. But the large Titanites are a bit more expensive, so I don't want to do that right now. We'll get this up to 20, which will give us 100 agility, which is great. And then I think at this point we're going to start leveling attunement, but I don't quite have the money for that right now, so we won't at the moment. And let's move on to... where should we go? Where do we have to go? The Forked Road. Because now that we have the King's Ring, there's one more path at the Ruined Fork Road that we have not taken. And that is the path that will take us to Aldia's Keep, which is one of the late game areas. We're now, I was gonna say we're at a branching path, but I guess we're not really. We're back on a, you know, fairly linear path. I could also go back for a bunch of optional areas, but as far as the story goes, we've got to go through Aldia's Keep to get a special item, and then we'll head back to the Forest of the Fallen Giants to get another special item there, and then we go back to the castle and beat the final boss, basically. So, you know, kind of closing in on the end of the Let's Play, but there's a lot of stuff to do here, so it's there's probably a few episodes worth beyond this door, maybe only 2. We will see. Let's go ahead and equip the King's Ring, and that opens these special looking doors. Then we'll immediately take the King's Ring back off, because that's all it really does. It gives you some more fire damage, I think, like maybe 5% more fire damage. Not super important for us right now. I wonder how high I should get attunement. I'll, after this episode, I'll kind of look up what would be ideal for us. I didn't really think about how high I'd want attunement for this build. We want to watch out for these guys. They will toxify us, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe petrify. They do something bad, and they can mob you and kill you. My first time in this area, I walked in and immediately died to these things because I totally underestimated them. Because I was like, oh, look at these little things. Oh, shit, I'm dead. So we're not going to let that happen this time. It's bleed and petrify. Oh my god, he dodged my thing. It's crazy. Anyway, let's see what this guy dropped. I think these drop Black Knight weapons. Oh, Shodels as well. Wow. That's the, from Dark Souls 1, the thing the snake dudes used. Goes through shields. There's an alluring skull. And the last time I played through Dark Souls, I walked right over to that chest and opened it. And actually, now that I think better of it, I should definitely light the bonfire first so we don't end up spawning far away. This is a mimic, and I just like had totally forgotten that and opened it on my last character, and it was very embarrassing. So we're going to start it off by hitting it a few times here, but then we have to get out of there, because if you stay next to it and keep on hitting it, then it will just eat you anyway. That has happened to me as well. You gotta kill it quick or back off and then fight it this way. We've got a sunset staff and a dark mask, so that's 2 sunset staffs. We could dual wield them if we want. Those are the best Hexer staffs in the game. Well, the best staff, not the best Hexer catalyst. I would say that the Black Witch's staff is, for the very reason that it's also a chime. But if you're just casting staff hexes, sunset staff is where to go. Real good. Pick up a fire seed there, just in case we ever want to make a pyromancy flame. And move on up this way. What we got here? Radiant Life Gem. Ah, yeah. And this is an NPC. I'm probably about to eat my words. There's an NPC invader here who everybody is always like, oh, the dude is so hard. What is this? Sadness. Oh, poor guy. He's like, oh, wow, I'm going to get another thing. Oh, I didn't. But, yeah, this guy has never actually been a problem for me. I'm not going to take any chances. I'm going to Resonant Soul him down, obviously. Azlatil of Mira. Oh, man. Oh, come on. There we go. Shit, I used all of my fucking stamina now. Yeah, people get their shit rocked by this guy all the time, and that has not been my experience with him. Yep, it's just not that hard a dude. Used a lot of Resonant Souls on him, obviously. In fact, I used enough Resonant Souls that I'm going to head back to the bonfire and refresh them, because, you know, I've got like half of my spellcasts gone. And that guy does not respawn, so no need to worry about it. Let's head back to Majula and level up a little bit while we have all these souls, just because, you know, I don't want to risk wasting them. Level up. I'm not sure if I've ever lost a bloodstain in this Let's Play. That's pretty cool. Yeah, there's one more level in Attunement. Attunement will also increase our casting speed, so it's definitely not a waste of points on that front either. But the main reason we're doing it is for the added attunement slots, so we can have more spell casts. Because I definitely like to get Great Resonant Soul into our rotation. And if we get one more attunement slot, we can take out one of the casts of Dark Orb and put it on Great Resonant Soul instead. And then with another attunement, we can have 2 Dark Orbs, and I think that'll be where I want to call it quits on leveling attunement. Then maybe we'll go back to Vigor, I guess. Just get more health, because the next place that soft caps is at 50, so we can get lots higher. My first time here, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a cool boss, and I like tried to fight it. I swung my sword at it, and it just like kept on getting up, and then it fell on me like that. And I instantly died, and I was like, oh, well, fuck you, Dark Souls. And I came back, and I was like, how am I going to fight that thing? And then it just wasn't there anymore, because it doesn't respawn. And I was like, oh, so it's just an instant kill if you don't know what's going to happen. I see how it is. Like, there's no warning. There's no way to know that that's just going to instantly kill you. Anyway, let's speak with this man.
Well, you're nicely hollowed, aren't you? Are you tormented by memories? Burdened by guilt? Now the question, are you ready for more? If you are, then we ought to talk. This contains my power. Long ago, this naive vessel of mine set about devising new spells. The fool dreamt of bringing new forms of magic into the world. But instead, he created me. Mostly by chance, but he did a fine job, I must say. What he sought was strength, and so I decided to demonstrate. While my vessel slept, I'd find my mark and hunt him down. But my vessel did not approve, and so while I slept, he sealed the both of us away. No, I don't have anything against humans, but how is it that you go about defining good and evil? I'm only using what the gods gave me. How can that be so wrong? So what say you to a spot of murder on my behalf? If you don't, I'll leave this place and take more lives. Many more. I couldn't give a fig either way, so what's your choice? Yes, I see how very kind of you. I want you to kill a merchant named Gilligan. A greedy, foul man. He won't be missed, I assure you. Yes, bring me a ladder miniature as proof. Is the only person who'd have such an odd knick-knack. I want you to kill a merchant named, and don't forget.
So, that is a guy who's got a weird Jekyll and Hyde situation going on. This sorcerer Navlan decided that he should try to, do something, some kind of experiment with himself, and ended up accidentally making a horrible assassin demon dude who inhabits his body, and, when he sleeps, he becomes that guy. How's that not a backstab? Come on now. Alright, well. What the hell is going on here? This is, working as intended, I think. That's how I'm gonna phrase that. We'll kill that guy, I guess. And, so anyway, Sorcerer Novlan, if you free him, there's a lever on the other side. I did this my first playthrough because I wanted to see what would happen. He invades you and is an incredibly powerful Hexer, who will totally wreck your shit if you invade him and let him. What the fuck is going on here? This is so silly. Like, why am I not backstabbing these guys? Okay, well, accidentally waited too long, I guess. Let's go ahead and do some dark orbs. Ah, he blocked. Oh well, we pretty much got him anyway. I wonder how much more damage Resonant Soul does than Dark Orb. I should test that on this guy. So we got a Southern Ritual Band. It's different than the Ritual Band we're wearing. I can't remember the direction of the Ritual Band that we're wearing. There's 791, 628. What? He must have been weaker to Hexes before he gained his composure. Let's try that again, because I thought 741 seemed like a lot. Yeah, only 527. But Resident Soul actually isn't that much better than Dark Orb, now that I look at it. But it does only cost 100 souls each, so not a big deal. Oh, watch out for that. It looks like a crystal lizard. It's actually an explodey lizard. If you let it run at you, then it will just blow up and one-shot you. Let's see, is this nah. Thought it might be a mimic. I honestly can't remember this chest at all. Great Magic Barrier. Awesome. That's again, I think something that increases elemental resistances for a little while. Probably a sorcery, if I had to guess. I'm not sure. If we wanted to, we could use a Fragrant Branch of Yore on that ogre up there, but you can just walk around him by going up here, and there's a bonfire past him, so I'm not sure why you would ever do that. I did on my first try, and then realized you could just walk around him. I was like, well, shit, now there's a fucking ogre that I don't want to fight, that I have to fight every time I come through here, so that's fun. This is actually a totally docile giant basilisk, but all he does is shoot poison at you, or petrification at you, basically, and we don't have to worry about that because we'll just stand over here and he can never hurt us. So we might as well kill him and take the petrified dragon bone that he drops. There we go. Should definitely heal up because I've used a lot of sorcery, or hexing. Oh, he doesn't. I guess I was thinking of the one in the Shaded Woods. And there's a chest all the way over here that we might as well pick up. I think this has bonfire ascetic in it. Which again is kind of tempting to use a bonfire ascetic on the Scorpioness Najka battle and go back there and fight her again in New Game Plus so I can get a better attunement ring from her. But I don't know, it would be pretty far out of our way and might actually be a little bit difficult as well, because New Game Plus is no joke. So anyway, we're going to come through here, and we've got kind of an airlock situation going on here. You pull the switch in the dragon's mouth, close one door, open the other, so that all the shit in here doesn't escape into the main keep, though obviously that didn't work out so horribly well because there were monsters out there as well. But, you know, it's a good idea anyway. Hang on, we're supposed to come in here, I think. Yes, indeed. Break this shit and grab, what is this? Ferris's Lockstone, excellent. And then this is a bonfire that I missed my first time through because there weren't any of these helpful messages around. Makes this area a whole fucking lot easier, so we'll go ahead and light that up and rest. And that is going to be the end of this episode of Let's Play Dark Souls 2. Thank you guys for watching another episode, and next time we're going to be taking on the boss of this area and moving on to probably my favorite area aesthetically in the game. Really, really neat area. Kind of a visual showpiece. So definitely come back and check that out next time, and I'll see you guys then.